Now, with a complete recap of the game and your phone calls, live from the Pirate Radio studios, here's your host of the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter, Clip Brock.
Noah Perez hits the field goal. East Carolina 30-20. They are kicking off with 13 seconds left. And you know what? We're ready to call it here in the Pirate Radio studios. East Carolina is going to win this game, go to 3-2, and go to 1-0 in conference play after a 30-20 win over UTSA. Holden Ahlers, your quick thoughts.
Thought we looked good. I mean, look, we tried to give them chances in the fourth quarter, which I don't love, but a win's a win. Starting off in conference 1-0 is huge.
Caden needed it and got it.
Needed it, got it. We started slow. JDB saved the script for the second half like we talked about. And then fourth quarter, ugly, but it's our baby. We'll take it. 3-2, let's go.
All right, we'll head out to the Big Rock Power Sports Live line, get to our Pirate Towing first call of the fifth quarter. And tonight, that'll be Miles in Charlotte. Hey, Miles.
Hey, how's it going, Cliff?
Good.
Another absolute heart attack of a fourth quarter, per usual, it seems like, at least this season. You could argue last season as well. I mean, I think, to Coach Houston, you got to, commend as much as you can to Blake. I mean, the only reason we won this game is by far by the defense. The entirety of the fourth quarter. I mean, the way Wilson Lampley played, the way Donka played, the way our front five guys played. I mean, you could argue that they are the reason why we are staying successful through this season. I mean, the play calling towards the fourth quarter, as complacent as it can be, you would think on a third down, the best approach would be at least running a dig, a slant, something small, get us 8 yards up, get the first down. Don't be complacent trying to run it up the gut to burn clock because it's obviously not working. It didn't work majority of the game. And it just seems like every time we're in these clutch moments, our offensive coordinator as well as Houston just doesn't want to make the correct play call. You gotta take risks to win games, and eventually we're gonna have to realize the defense will not always be able to get us out.
And I knew we were going to get some calls about being, I guess, conservative or whatever in the fourth, but I do remember a series where we go 3 passes and out in 30 seconds. I remember a series that started with a pass that was a brutal, awful interception on the sideline. So they tried to throw. They just didn't complete the throws when they got aggressive. Yeah,
first of all, shout out to Miles. His first time calling in. He's the first one and had a really good call there, too.
Yeah.
So, look, Coach Houston isn't calling the plays offensively. He's going to decide if we go for it on fourth down, if we slow the ball down, but he's not deciding what plays we're calling. Coach Houston is the defensive coach. He's more involved with the defense. So, let's tip our hat a little bit to him, too, as well. I know fans don't really want to hear that right now, but it is Blake Harrell's defense, but Coach Houston's a lot involved in that as well. But the offense is pure. He gave the reins to the OC, and, today we won. There was times when I wish we – it seems like we're going out there and going 3 and out as quick as possible. Let's slow it down a little bit, but then there's times when we slow it down a little too much. Caden, what do you think?
Yeah, don't let Jake Garcia throw the ball in the fourth quarter. Run. I know I just let the clock run. But what I did like is going into the halftime and coming out of halftime, we were throwing the ball deep finally, taking them shots. And you saw they were running man coverage on the outside. We have big, fast receivers. Take those shots. What happens when you take those shots? 1, the receivers catch the ball because you have some really good receivers. Or 2, you saw what happened. Flags were flying. Let's take those shots. If he's going to underthrow them, let the flags fly.
Stole them on time, though.
Oh,
that's not scrambling around the pocket and then yeet one up there 5 seconds after being in the pocket.
I will give some credit to the offense. That touchdown before the half was monstrous. They needed. They were going to go in the locker room with 3 points, I guess, and that was a huge score. And then they kept that momentum going.
We were really close to having this really bad fifth quarter call-in show. It's the same story every week. Mike Houston gets the lead, holds on to his ankles, praying to hold on for the win. Ain't no aggression, and we don't take any shots whenever we get a lead. He just sits there and prays that we hold on to it. The last 2 games, he talks about making plays down the stretch and then crunch time. Ain't no need for crunch time, Mike, if you make plays and you put your foot on their throat and you shut them off from the game, just have a kill shot. The 99 team was in attendance. They went through so much adversity, started 5-0, had to spend a week in Columbia, and you come out the second drive because we went 3 and out. But the second drive of the series, you got the ball on the 1.5-yard line and you kick it. I understand trying to get your young kicker confidence, but man, you sit here and you preach all week about having a cutthroat mentality and needing killer instincts, all this. But then you sit there and you go for it or you don't go for it from the 1 yard line. That's mentality that starts from the top. That is breeding a loser's mentality.
I don't know if it was that neck and neck of a quarterback battle coming out of camp. Unless Hauser is injured, Holton, Caden, maybe you know something we don't. Unless he is injured, I don't know how he doesn't get any burn yet. Thoughts?
He isn't 100% healthy, I'll tell you that. But, yeah, I mean, we went to the last scrimmage, and we saw kind of the same thing we've seen all year with Garcia, and we were pretty impressed with Hauser. But we went to a couple practices, and we're really impressed with Garcia, and that's probably why he won the job. So, but, yeah, I mean, look, that's the age-old question is, do you give Hauser a chance after, versus Charlotte when you just started off conference 1-0? I mean, Kate, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's 100%. Holden, you might know more than I do. There's a reason I didn't play at ECU that often is because I was hurt a lot of times to Holton. So I will.
That is true.
Maybe that's true. But if Garcia wins, and I know it wasn't pretty, you got to play until he loses.
Yeah,
you got to play until he loses.
Him out.
And
Garcia's the guy.
We've talked about it. They go to Alex Flynn like the third drive of the season last year, and once you start that quarterback roulette, like it could take both guys out. So it almost feels like he's going to be loyal, maybe to a fault here.
He's going to be loyal to him until he goes out there and we lose a game. He's not going to take. If we're winning games, he's not going to take him out. It might just destroy morale, honestly.
Yeah, and look. One other thing is there was times in this game that when we were backed up on like the 2-yard line, when I looked at Caden and said if Garcia throws a pick here, it was right before halftime. We were down 13-3, and I said if Garcia throws a pick here, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Hauser second half. But we scored right before half, so that was a big touchdown, and we obviously kept Garcia in. So
what's up, Justin?
Clip, I don't even want to talk about this week. I want to talk about next week because if our idiot coach hadn't blown 2-3 score leads, we'd be 5-0. Rolling into Charlotte, and that stadium will be 80% purple and gold next week. But you know what? I'm not even going to call them Charlotte. Their mama called them UNCC. I'm going to call them UNCC. They don't deserve the respect to be called Charlotte. They're going to be UNCC in my mind. And that stadium, mind you, is named after an owner who got run out of the NFL because he couldn't keep his hand out of his pants anytime an employee ran around. The coach next week don't know the difference. Old Biff Posey, he don't know the difference between a Waffle House menu or a Cheesecake Factory menu and his offensive playbook. I heard he gets them cut-off shirts dry cleaned in his dishwasher. They ain't nobody. They don't get my respect. They ain't nobody, and the Pirates are rolling in there, and I don't care how bad we look today. We got a lot of things to tighten up, but it don't matter because we're coming for them, and we're going to whoop their butt. Go Pirates!
Justin in New Bern.
Woo!
If there's anybody that does wrestling promos here on the fifth quarter, it is Justin in New Bern. He is ready to go for next week. We'll talk more about that one as we go along because, Holden, you have is it a real beef with Charlotte or a make-believe beef?
No, I love just messing with them because I'm buddies with their all-time leading pastor. He's going to be on the podcast this week.
Nice.
And I always just joke with them, and their fans, think it's dead serious, so they always tweet at me. So I love it. I'm excited for this week.
I know they don't like being called UNCC. Let's just call them CCC, the Community College of Charlotte.
Yeah, there we go.
I need to win. I got to beat them first before I say anything. I will be back in Biff costume coming up on Saturday. All right, we go next to Hadley in Washington. Hello, Hadley.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to talk about that the Pirates play really good, and I'm proud of them.
Awesome.
I love it. What a call.
Great win tonight. Anything else, Hadley?
Goodbye.
Bye. Have a good night. There is Hadley in Washington. Matt, I believe, on YouTube. Listens to us every day when he picks up Hadley from school, and they always check in. So appreciate y'all being with us here on a Saturday night. It's not a school night, Hadley. You can stay up all night. All right, we go next to Paxton in Kinston. Hello, Paxton.
How y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
All I want to say is I know Jake has his problems. I mean, his mobility isn't the best. I mean, he does have speed a little bit, but he needs to be able to take a hit sometimes. I mean, because I think it was the second quarter where he had that big run. He just dropped. He needs to be able to at least get a couple more yards off of that where he had open field.
You talking about Jake Garcia?
Yeah.
I think he takes too many hits. I think he gets rocked out there. I saw one tonight where he went head first again, but I don't know. What do you think, Holt?
I mean, I'm always for a physical quarterback, but yeah, I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the world, so they're definitely trying to protect him, especially the rumors are out there that Hauser's a little banged up. So if you got a banged up second string quarterback, then I know Houston's in his ear trying to tell him to get down, don't get too many hits.
He went neck first into the end zone last week.
He did. It looked bad.
I mean, yeah, he does run, but like another problem that they have is the offensive line is really not giving him enough time in the pocket. I mean, the amount of times he's had to roll out the past couple of weeks, the line kind of needs to step up.
Well, welcome to ECU football, brother.
And Holton, maybe you should go down to the locker room and
I probably need to.
We go to Raleigh and talk to Camden. Hey, Camden.
Hi, Camden and Rebecca from Raleigh.
What's up?
Go ahead, 3-1. So we had a very good game today, and I'm very proud of our team. We broke our losing streak, and it was a very good game where we won 30-20. But I feel like we definitely need to work on those snaps. Those snaps were a little off today, and those muff punts. Those were not the best. We definitely need to work on that. And I feel like we had an all-around good game. Maybe a little bit too many penalties, but the turnovers weren't as bad as they have been in the past games.
Camden, great call. I've seen a lot of comments. I'm surprised Caden hasn't talked about it yet because you've been kind of on that all year with the bad snaps.
Well, I've been on the snaps so many weeks. Holton's like, hey, maybe lay off on the snaps. Like,
I'm not pulling the strings here. He's like not local politics.
He's like, people get it. Their snaps are bad. Stop talking about it. But Camden's right.
Yeah,
Camden's right. And I think part of it is maybe just, and I want to say this might come off hot, a little laziness or maybe from the center. Like, I know they're saying it to him, focus on the snap first and then focus on the block. I used to have a couple centers, playing football that had the same issue. I don't know, Holton, you might have had a couple coming up, but it's just focus on the snap first and then focus on everything else.
Yeah, look, and we were sitting in the game, and like another thing is like the quarterback's got to let him know if this quarterback's not telling him, the center has no clue until he gets to the sideline, watches the film, or a coach tells him. So like we were on the sideline, and I was like, dude, if I was a quarterback, I would be on the sideline making him snap the whole time until the next drive comes out, and then I'd be in his face if it's not working because he's got to fix it. I mean, that's it starts to play.
I would have him throughout the week snapping the ball if it's not getting fixed. Yeah. And part of it's messing up Jake's reads. It's messing up what he's seeing on the field.
Thanks, guys. And I want to say one more thing to Holton. We miss you so much, Holton.
Thank you, Camden. I miss playing too. Thanks for calling, man.
Bye. Bye.
That's awesome. All right.
That was awesome.
317-1250. Caden, I miss you.
I want a grown man to call in and say that.
Holden, I miss you. I don't know how to explain this, but something is off with Garcia to Kelly. Like last week, there was a drop. Today, that kind of weird one we threw up late down the field to Kelly. Something got crossed. Something seems off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. And like, first of all, the kicker situation, we haven't really talked about that. He looked great today. I mean, he had a 42-yarder and was getting amped up too. Like, let's show some emotion. And I got excited about that.
This might sound wild to say. He kicked with confidence. When I saw him follow through that kick, it looked like it was going in. So I really like that. But one thing I will call out, the little nugget said, we're not spreading the ball out enough. We had 10 different receivers catch the ball today. 10 different receivers, players, running backs, but that is spreading it out.
And then another thing that I haven't really thought about is like, what happened to Marlon Gunn? He was a pivotal piece in the Birmingham Bowl team, and we had Keaton and Rajay in the same room with him, and he played.
Well, is he banged up? Because not only did Marlon Gunn only have one carry, London Montgomery only had 2.
We're talking about a game, too, where Bond was inactive, right?
Yeah.
So, that makes... Maybe we'll find out post game, but
and that's the thing. Even if he's a little banged up and sore, like they're not going to let anyone know that, and they really won't.
No, they won't. Yeah.
And look, the numbers aren't sparkling for Rajay Harris, but credit to him for carrying the load, man. He took a lot of hits today. He took a lot of carries today. 25 for 60 yards. It's not going to make any headlines, but the Pirates needed him to carry the ball, and he did. So last night, I tweeted out, and this was not me being like over optimistic. This was me being very realistic. I said, huge game coming up. You win it, you're 3-2. Then you go get your revenge win. You're 4-2. You got a bye week before going to Army. they're going to be 6-0, maybe even ranked at that time. So you win today, it allows you to set up something big in October, and we're on that path right now.
It's massive. And look, we're 1-0 in conference versus, like Caden said, a really good program. Historically in the G5, they started in 2011, but since they started, they've played good. That's a big win. And if we can start off 2-0, a bye week versus a triple option team is huge for a lot of reasons. You get a practice versus them. Like for an extra week, you get to go against the scout team. The scout team gets to learn how to run that offense. But also some of these D linemen that are playing a lot of snaps right now get to take a rest. You're going to get cut a lot versus Army. If people don't know what that means, Army's offensive linemen, when the ball is snapped, are going to dive straight at the defensive lineman's knees. And if their bodies are already broken going into that game, it's huge. So having a bye week there is huge.
It's almost like we said, I don't know if someone said this a couple weeks ago, I think this is the point of the season that we're going to start feeling good about the Pirates again.
We go next to Charlie in Pittsburgh. Charlie, hadn't heard from. Is this your first call this year?
Yes, sir.
What's up, buddy?
Fellas. Yeah, I'm on the way back to Pittsburgh after a Pirate win, so it don't get too much better than that, man. I'm happy tonight. Obviously we've had some ups and downs already this season, but I'm proud of the boys getting a good home conference win, and that just feels good. But the main thing I wanted to call in and talk about tonight was the 1999 team and how cool it was seeing those guys back on the field. And 1999, I was 7 years old, and that was probably my first concrete sporting memory of I was at that game. And my parents took my sister and I to Raleigh, and I remember how weird it was being in another team's stadium. And I remember how weird it was seeing Go Pirates and stuff in the red and white lights on the NC State scoreboard. And I remember just that comeback in the fourth quarter and the fans storming the field and tearing down the goalposts. And it was just good to see those guys back in Dowdy-Ficklen. And it's such a great memory for me. And I'll always be appreciative of my parents for taking us to that game, and to Coach Logan and David Garrard and Keith Stokes and all the rest of the guys for making such a great memory. So just good to see all those guys back today, and glad we could get a win. We'll see what happens, and hopefully let's go put one on with Charlotte next week. What do you say?
I'm with you, man.
We've had some former players in the past, Caden. We have some stories of former players coming in there that are pretty old, and they just talk crazy, and you're like, okay, what is this guy trying to? What's the point of this right now?
Don't talk about my man Tony Collins like that.
No. But no, so I heard he had a pretty good speech. So
Liam, you are up on the Big Rock Power Sports Live line. Hello, Liam in Wilmington.
Hey guys, first thing I want to say, great game for our players. It was really the defense, though. The defense from last week is a significant turnaround, and I'm really happy for the guys. They turned it around. They got big stops when they needed to. The second half defense was really locked down, and they, besides for that one long run play, they really held it in together. But another thing, the first half, there is a difference between FBS and FCS football, and I feel like we changed between that. We started playing FBS football where we pass and run in the second half. But that first half was run up the middle. We were throwing it short and in the first half, and it was not pretty. But I'm happy that our offense got back on the right track and got it together and got the win, big win against opening conference play. Go Pirates.
Liam, great call. Caden identified Liam when he saw him on hold and said, that's the Michael Penix Washington kid.
He knows ball.
He knows ball.
He knows ball.
And another great call by Liam. What do you think, guys?
He's the next Lincoln Riley. Let's get him on the coaching staff right now. No, I mean, he really does know ball, and he makes a lot of good points. It's the second half, we did take more shots. We got to take shots. If they're going to play man coverage, you got to throw the ball deep. And I thought we did that and exploited it a little bit the second half. Not a ton, but good call.
Thank you, Liam. 317-1250. Let's stay in Wilmington and talk to Lauren. Hey, Lauren.
Hey guys, I just want to say that it was a pretty good game. I mean, it could have been better. The defense was okay. It was it got better at in the second half. It was a nail biter, sort of in the beginning, but the refs sort of figured out that ECU meant to win this game. And I mean, I'm fine with winning. I'm fine with the coach if we win the games. W in the end, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Hey, you win the game, we're okay with you. You lose, not okay.
Lauren's like, I guess I'm not going to call for him to get fired this week. Maybe next week. I don't know.
All right, Lauren. Anything else? Nope, that's it.
All right.
Got it in the call. The kids love Holt Nailers. All right, we go next to this guy's not afraid to call people out. Anybody could be in his crosshairs. We got Cheezel in Ocean City. Hey, Cheezel.
Gentlemen, how we doing today?
Doing good.
Hey, man, it feels good to be calling after a win, I'll tell you that. So no negativity today. Just want to start out by saying, there was a lot of, very good performances today. Chase Sowell, 4 receptions, 67 yards. Well done, man. Anthony Smith getting in the mix. Well done. I don't necessarily like the fact that we took Yannick Smith out after his, special teams blunder there, but we can move past that. One thing I would like to say, though, is that I'm still not bought in on Jake Garcia. I understand that he had a decent day, but in the big scheme of things, his defense bailed him out. Defense had a couple of turnovers tonight. We knew that was going to happen coming in, and we're very lucky for that. I would like to go ahead and see Yannick Smith getting a little bit more action. That 1 for 35 was beautiful. It was a great play. I think that he can be a major catalyst to this offense. I would love to see Mr. Montgomery getting a little bit more action as well. We've got a lot of playmakers on this team, and I'm just not sure that, David Baker Jr. doesn't know how to go ahead and get it done. So, look, at the end of the day, we're over 500 at the moment. Everything is good. Chase Kelly is a great player. I would love to see him getting a little bit more action. We didn't have a very good time of possession because we're trying to run this hurry-up offense that isn't necessarily what our forte may be at the moment. And it's putting our defense in a tough bind. But luckily, Blake Harrell has done a fantastic job this year with the defense. I salute Blake Harrell for everything he has done this year. And you know me. When I say it, I mean it. Blake Harrell has done a fantastic job this year. So salute to you, my soldier. And what I have to say last is that's a win. Let's go Pirates.
There is Cheezel in Ocean City calling in tonight on the 5th quarter. To Cheezel's point, Holden, you said this while we were watching the game. You said one of the frustrating things is you think we have, I don't know if you used the word elite, but very, very good talent on the outside and around Jake Garcia.
And then Winston Wright's a stud, man. I mean, in the tight ends, too, we talked about that. We have really, really good receivers. Now, look, ECU has a history of really, really good receivers. I'm not going to compare them to anyone, but, we have guys that can go out there and win on these go balls. If someone is going to play man the whole game, Garcia should have had a field day with it. And, look, one-on-one coverage, you shouldn't be throwing too many interceptions on that, so that's a safer one. They should have been you know what, they're going to give us man? Let's just throw it deep. Let's see what the receivers can do. Look, every time we throw the ball to Chase down the field, it seems like he makes a play on it. And Anthony Smith maybe doesn't make a play on it because he didn't get the opportunities, but every time he runs a go route, it looks like he's winning. We just don't get him the ball. So let's get these balls. And then Winston Wright today gets, one ball thrown to him, and he takes it down the field for a touchdown.
But I got a message for Big Mike, and it's about next week up at UNC Concord. We've got a score to settle with the Charlotte 49ers. Mike, you haven't beat an in-state FBS opponent. You have a losing record. We have a score to settle with the Charlotte 49ers, and I hope we go into UNC Concord, and I hope we absolutely massacre the 49ers. I want no mercy. I want, when we get done, they'll have to call the Geneva Convention for a war crime for what we're going to do to the Charlotte 49ers. We are going to make sure that Big Poggy doesn't have any more shirts to cut sleeves in. We're going to send him back to the trailer park he belongs, and I want us to not just beat Charlotte. I want us to absolutely massacre them. I want us to make sure they never want to play football again. And if we can do that and we can get to 4-2, the perspective of this season totally changes. It totally changes. But we got to go out and we got to do it. We have to do it next week. And I'll be there cheering on my Pirates. and let's go, boys. Let's get to 4-2. Let's do it.
Jay is up in Farmville. What's up, Jay?
Well, look, I'm going to ask you a question.
Look.
Hey, what's the reason for this whole game? The honor the 99 team?
What?
The reason for the whole game was honor the 99 team, right?
Well, that was part of today.
Well, look, Hurricane came through the same time. I was so disappointed, man.
What?
I mean, it's crazy, man.
What were you disappointed in?
Yeah, the damn play calling, man.
Oh.
It's like Holden said, man.
Was I supposed to know?
It's scripted. It's scripted.
Yeah.
It was scripted, man. I'm gonna tell you what, dude. I was sitting in the stands, like I was looking around and stuff. I was like, oh my God. I mean, the 99 team was a special team, and we ruined it. We ruined it, man.
All right. Okay, I think I know what you're saying. We were honoring the 99 team, and we didn't perform up to their standard, but we did win.
Pumped up. They should have been pumped up. The whole team should have been pumped up. Like, he knows somebody else knows somebody too, man. I mean, what the hell, man? Crazy.
Come on.
We won the game.
It was a double-digit win.
I know we won, but I'm saying, like, I'm not calling for a pissed-off color, but I'm saying, like, I was in the stands the whole. I've been to 2 East Carolina games my whole life. This is the second one.
Wow.
I'm pissed about that, man.
You wanted more. Okay.
No, Clip. Let me tell you what I'm saying, though, Clip. Let me tell you what I'm saying.
Okay.
The crowd, man, was so sparse.
Oh, okay. Wait, you wanted the crowd to be more into it.
I'm sitting up in the nosebleeds and stuff. I'm looking around, I was like,
you got to be more specific on what you're talking about.
I said, let's get hype. They won't hype. They will not hype at all.
All right, Jay, I'm with you, man. It took me a while, but I got a message from a guy. I can't call in later, but
no, I'm saying I'm not.
Jay, hold on. Let me say something, Jay. Jay, hang on 1 second. Brad said, I can't read that part, but we suck as far as cheering. What the bleep? Let's go. No emotion in the stands. So, Jay, Brad is with you. Holden, you need more emotion?
Yes. I was standing up on third down. I was looking around, and I was like one of the only people, me and my fiance were standing up on third down. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes back to what we talked about earlier. We need more games we care about.
Yeah, but
I know you guys hate that.
But you still got to, if you're going to go,
let's cheer for our team. Jay, we're on the same track now, man.
Well, if you want to be on the Sunbelt side, you got to back me on these.
All right, what else, Jay?
Steve Logan's got to be the next coach.
Got to be the next coach.
Steve Logan's got to be the next coach, man. I'm serious.
He's like 80 years old, man. That ship has sailed.
He's 80. I mean, it don't matter, cuz. It's either him or what's the other guy's name?
Donnie Kirkpatrick?
No, not. You have to kill Johnny. You already killed Johnny's ass. It can't be Johnny. It's got to be him or what's the guy's name that was there before with damn, what's his name?
Scotty Moe.
No.
John Thompson.
Notre Dame coach. His son.
Skip Holtz.
Skip Holtz. Yeah, Skipper. Yeah, Skipper.
I just want to sit around and drink beer with Jay. Jay, you seem like a hoot.
Got to get
full of hot takes.
Man, I'm serious. Got to get Skipper back, man. I'm serious, man. I mean,
okay.
We got to do something, man. It sucked, man. The DJ sucked for the whole time.
He's calling everyone out.
DJ was. I don't know who the DJ was, but it's too.
Y'all ruined Jay's day, folks.
Get the white people up. I just didn't get the white people up.
Get the white people up.
I couldn't get the white people up. It don't make no sense, man. I'm serious, man. On third down, man, they were playing some damn, I don't know who it was, but they were playing like a love song. What the hell? I think it was Bernard Mars. My buddy just said Bernard Mars. Like, what the hell?
Jay, where you at, man? I want to hang out with you tonight.
I'm on Pine Law Lane.
All right, I'll check you out.
Get you some, Clip. Get you some, Clip.
Jay, you made me smile. Thank you, man.
Let's tell you something. I got a fake name. I gave y'all a fake name, but I went to school with Clip, y'all.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'm named Chad Davis. My real name's Chad Davis.
What? All right, we got to go, Jay.
Clip, guy. I hate to give y'all a fake name, but
all right, Chad, we got to go.
Sorry, man. That's bullshit.
Oh, no. You ruined it.
Have you got to be kidding me? Have you got to be kidding me?
Hope, Caden, it's a blast doing this with y'all. Let's do it again next week.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Go Pirates.
And for everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, radio, online, however you are listening to us and to the callers, appreciate y'all as well.